Okay, question number 1. -7 plus -8. When you have two negatives, this plus doesn't even count there when you have negative, because you can write down as -7, -8. Okay, when you have two negatives, you add them, numbers, 15, and you put negative sign, because both of them are negative. I'm going to make a template for adding and subtracting numbers with sign. Okay? So it's going to be, let me see, first term, second term, operation. I'm creating template. So if you're following this template, you will be absolutely fine. Okay, let me delete this one. Okay. So first term, second term, operation, and sign of the result. All right? So, this is for addition, subtraction. Add, subtract. All right. Here is what we have. If signs of both terms are positive, these signs, these ones. Okay? If signs of both terms are positive or negative, then we are doing addition. Tell you what, let me move this a little bit here also so I can write down clearly. Sorry about this, at least we will know what we are doing. Would be much better seen. So then we are doing addition. We are adding numbers for both cases. Okay? And the sign of the result is going to be the sign they both have. There is no sign to choose. If both of them are positive, then the result is going to be positive. If both terms are negative, result is going to be negative. Okay? Now, next one. When we have two different signs, we have, let's say, positive, negative, and we have negative, positive. What operation we do? We have to do subtraction. Subtract. Okay? Subtract. Now, regarding sign, in these both cases, plus minus or minus plus, you put the result will take the sign of the number with a greater absolute value. Let's say if I have result negative 8, and in the other case I have let's say negative 8 positive 9, right? In the other case I have negative 10 and positive 9. So between, we drop this now at a negative sign here, and 8, we take absolute value. Absolute value of negative 8 is 8. Absolute value of 9 is 9. So the absolute value of 9 is greater than absolute value of negative 8. So then I'm going to put positive. Here, up at negative 10 and 10. Absolute value of negative 10 is 10, right? And absolute value of 9 is 9. So I put the sign of the 10, which is minus. Okay? We will be practicing a lot so in homework, so you can get used to it. So the signature, the sign, we put, how to put this way, the sign of the term with greater absolute value. Absolute value you learned from previous at the previous chapter, right? Absolute value. I'll go step by step, so when we solve it, I will go slow now. Let me clean this over and we start over. So we have, which terms we have here? We have negative 7 and we have negative 8. Looking, where do we have negative and negative? Here it is. So what operation we do? Addition. So if I add negative 7, negative 8, it's going to be 15. I'm not rushing to put the sign. And I'm looking. If both of them are negative, then signature also, the sign also keeps saying signature. Then the sign also going to be negative, right? So I put, with clean conscience, I put negative sign. Okay? Next. Question number 2. Eight plus minus 7. So the first term 8 is positive, right? Second term is negative, negative 7. So we have positive and negative. It's going to be this one. Yes? Positive and negative. So what operation we do? Subtraction, right? So it's equal, 8 minus 7 is 1. And again, I'm not in a hurry to write down the sign. And reading here, the sign of the term with greater absolute value. So absolute value of 8 is 8. Doing drafting. Absolute value of negative 7 is 7. So 8 is bigger than 7. And 8 has here positive sign. So the sign output is going as a positive. Okay? Oops. It's easier to write down again. Okay. Next one, number 3. I have negative 10 and plus negative 6. Okay, so the sign of 10 is negative, sign of 6 is negative. Negative 10, negative 6, both of them are negatives. I'm moving the here. So it says we need to add, which means 10 and 6 is 16. Now let's decide what sign it's going to have. If both of them are negative, the result is going to be negative, right? There we go. Next. This is very important topic, guys. Quite a few students are struggling, confusing the sign output, add or subtract. It's going to be positive, it's going to be negative. So I highly recommend to learn this, so it make your life easier in math in upcoming courses. Next, number 4, it's going to be -1 plus another -1. Yet again, we have negative, negative. Here it is. So negative, negative, which means we are going to add, it's going to be 2, and sign is going to be negative, right? We put negative. Next question, number 5. -75 plus 32. So 75 is negative, 32 is positive. So negative, positive, where is it? Here it is. It's subtraction, so I'm going to subtract 75 minus 32. 5 minus 2 is 3. 7 minus 3 is 4. So I'm getting 43. And we need to get absolute value so we can find out, right? Absolute value of -75 is 75. Absolute value of 32 is 32. So 75 is greater than 32, and 75 has negative sign. Therefore, we put negative. One more time. You find out the sign for the result based on the sign of the term that has greater absolute value. Since 75 is greater than 32, I'm taking the sign of 75, which is negative. Next. Number 6. -25 plus 73. -25 plus 73. Okay. Is it going to be, since we have negative and positive, right? It's going to be again this case. So, but this time, okay, let's subtract because we need to subtract, right? So 73 minus 25. 13, since I can't take 3 minus 5, I'm borrowing. 13 minus 5 is 8. Here is left 6, right? 6 minus 2 is 4. 48. Now, which number has greater absolute value? Of course, 73, right? 73 and 25. 73 is greater. And 73 has a positive sign, so we put it positive here. Or we don't put anything. Because with positive, we don't put anything. Number 7. -4 plus 8 and plus -6. Okay, here we have to use sequence one after another. So negative, because remember, there is no priority between addition and subtraction. We are solving in the order it will come. So -4, negative and positive. It's again this green line, wavy line that going negative, positive. So it's gonna become -4, positive 8. I need to subtract. It's gonna be 4, right? And the sign is gonna be positive because absolute value of 8 is greater than 4. Since 8 is positive, I put positive plus -6. Now here we have positive and negative. Here it is. So positive and negative, we do subtraction, right? it says. It's equal to, and the signature of the sign, gee, I keep saying signature, because it's a beginning, first letters of signature, sign, and signatures coming, the root of signature is a sign. So I found explanation to my confusion. So, okay, and 4 and 6. 6 is a bigger number and it has negative sign, so sign is going to be negative. Number 8. What do we have here? Negative 43 plus negative 70 plus negative 118. Now, I'll tell you something. When you have positive and in parentheses negative, you can drop that positive as you saw in the problem number 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I ignored that positive between them because it's the same thing. If I write down negative 43, negative 70, negative 118. As a matter of fact, I personally think this type of notation is much better to understand. But anyway, it's not my place to say anything about method. So it's your choice. Whichever method you like, you use that one. So what do we have? We have negative and negative, right? Negative and negative. Here also negative and negative, which means we are going to use this one. So we need to add, right? So 43 and 70. 3 plus 0 is 3. 4 plus 7 is 11. So 113. Since both numbers have negative sign, there is nothing to choose from. Easy shortcut for you. When signs are the same for both numbers, if both are positive, both are negative, you are going to add and use the sign they both have. There is nothing to choose from. We're choosing from in the case when one is positive, one is negative. If both signs are both numbers have the same sign, there is nothing to choose from. Okay? So we are getting negative 113 and negative 118. Again to negative, so we continue using. It's gonna be 113. We add 118. 3 plus 8 is 11, 1 in mind. 1 plus 1 is 2, and 1 will be 3. And here 1 plus 1 is 2. We get negative 231. Okay? Moving to, let me squeeze a little bit. Okay? So, question number 9. You know what, since I have their space, let me move this down there. I want to stay on this page as much as I can, so we can use this template I created for you. If not, I'll just drag down template also. Okay. Question number 9. What do we have? We have 19 plus negative 5 plus negative 5 and plus 19. Okay, I'm writing down 19 minus 5 and plus 19. So let's go. 19 minus 5. Now here positive and negative, right? 19 is positive, 5 is negative. So positive and negative, it's going to be, that's positive and negative, that's a regular arithmetical operation we do in life. 6 minus 3, 10 minus 4, million minus 1, right? Same thing is here. So 19 minus 5, we subtract, which is going to be 14, right? And since 19 is bigger than 5 and it has positive sign, we leave it positive, which means we don't put a plus sign. Here will be minus 5 plus 19. Next, 14 minus 5. Again, positive and negative. We just simply subtract. It's going to be 9. And sign is going to be positive because where the 14 is greater than 5. And plus 19. 9 plus 19. Both signs are positive. Here. We add, just like in the daily routines numbers, 3 plus 4. You are buying 4 pounds and then buying another 5 pounds. So add them 9. Here will be 28. If you use template, it still will match to the template. Oops. Okay. Question number 10. Question number 10, we have negative 3 plus 9. Okay, well, let's see. Negative, positive. Where is my negative positive? Right here. So we need to subtract, which is going to be 6. And if I compare 3 and 9, 9 is greater number and it has positive sign. Therefore, 6 is positive, just like here on the template. In the template. Question number 11. Five plus negative 10. So, positive, negative. We need to subtract. Positive, negative. We need to subtract. It's going to be 5. And since 10 is greater than 5, we put negative sign because 10 is negative. Next one. Question number 12. What do we have? 12 plus negative 3, which means if I drop this plus, as I said, it's going to be 12 minus 3. And it's easier than ever, 9. And if you go by template, you will get same 9. Question number 13. Negative 7 plus 3. So, again, we have negative, positive. Here it is. Yes? So we need to subtract. It's going to be 4. And if we compare the sign of the term with greater absolute value, the absolute value of negative 7 is 7, absolute value of 3 is 3. Since 7, so 7 is bigger number, greater number, and it has negative sign, so we put negative as the result. All right? Question number 14. We have negative 57 plus 31. Let me see if I can squeeze in. Okay, I'll decide later. Negative 57 plus 31. So we have negative positive. All right? Which means negative positive. Here we have. So it's going to be 57 minus 31. So 7 minus 1, we always start from the last numbers. 7 minus 1 is 6. And 5 minus 3 is 2. Now, 6 and 2, 26. Now, the 56 is bigger than 31 and it has negative sign, so 26 is going to be negative. All right, solving number 15. Let That's what I will do. Так. All right, I'm moving this one also. Where did I left parentheses? I have here parentheses zombie. Ah, here it is. Okay. All right, moving this 12 also, and we can continue working. Perfect. For till 18, I have space to solve. 15. Question number 15. Negative 80 plus negative 23. So we have negative and negative signs, right? So what we're going to do, negative and negative. We are going to add, right? So it's going to be 0 plus 3 is 3. And 8 plus 2 is 10. Okay? How about sign? Both of them are negative, so result is going to be, here it is negative, right? So I put negative. Okie dokie. Let me clean this. Number 16. Negative 30 plus negative, plus negative 57 plus negative 127. All right? So what do we have? Negative 30, negative 57. Both of them are negative. I'm not going to underline again in the template because it's already underlined, two negatives. Now I need to add, right? Which means I'm adding 0 to 7 and 3 to 5, correct? I'm getting 0 to 7 plus 7, it's going to be 7. And 3 plus 5 is 8. Since both of them are negative, sign is going to be negative. And then plus negative 127, I'm going to drop that plus negative 127. Okay? And it's going to be, both of them are negatives, right? So I need to add. So how I'm adding here, again, starting from the backwards, 7 plus 7, and then 8 plus 2. This one doesn't have anything to add, so it will stay there. Or if we have overflow, we will add to this one. We'll see. So 7 plus 7 is 14. We have overflow, 1. 8 plus 2 is 10, and 1 will be 12. So 12, 1 overflow. And we have 1, and this 1 is going to be 2. And because both of them are negatives, there is nothing to choose from. It's going to be negative. And based on template also. See? Negative, negative, result is negative. 17 and 18. And that will be it. Two more problems. Hang in there. I'm finishing. 14 plus negative 4 plus negative 4 plus 14. Okay, let's see. 14 and negative 14. Here we have positive. Here we have negative. So positive and negative, let me squeeze like this. Positive and negative, here it is. We need to subtract, right? So it's going to be 14 minus 4 is 10. And the sign, we put the sign of bigger numbers. So 14 and 4. 14 is bigger, the sign is positive, so we leave it positive 10. Next. Well, let's put here minus 4 plus 14, yeah? So 10 minus 4. There is nothing to think. But I can show you on the template, plus minus. Oh, I was right there. Plus minus, we subtract, which we did. 10 minus 4 is 6, and we use the sign of bigger number, 10 and 4. 10 is bigger number, has positive sign. We leave it positive. And positive plus 14, it's equal 20. Both of them are positive. Let me save space so I can fit on the same page everything. Positive 20. Okay? And the very last problem, I'm going to move this here. Okay, and question number 18. Or maybe I should leave it there. Question number 18. We have negative 6 plus negative 19, okay, plus negative 15. So we have negative and negative, right? Which means based on template, we will end up adding, okay? It's gonna be negative 25 and negative 25, negative 15. It's gonna be again negative, negative. We need to add. It's gonna be 25 and 15. 5 plus 5 is 10. 1 in mind. 2 plus 1 is 3, and 1 will be 4. Negative 40. Okie dokie. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in next video.